Hello everyone, it's Wednesday night, so it's time for another Facebook Live. Tonight I'm going to show you how I made this card. We made this card in Kay's team meeting this month, and so she taught us how to make this, and I realized I made a mistake on mine, so I'll show you the right way to do it tonight. But this is using, it's actually not using any of the suite, it's using the paper that goes with it. But this is the Honeybee bundle, so it's got a stamp set and dies that you can bundle together, and this is some of the examples from the catalog. So it's a really cute set, but what we're really using is the paper tonight, and the paper you can get free. So it's one of the celebration, and if you can see, it's got gold on it. Let me see if I can show all this to you. So this is one side with the gold accents, and then the other side is black and white. And so that's really what we're using tonight, but it goes with that Honeybee bundle. And then the sentiment that we're using is also from Celebration, sending you thoughts, and it's something else you can get free for $50. When you spend $50, you can get that free. All right, so let's get started. So I have a thick Whisper White card base that is 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. And then I've got a Whisper White that I've punched with a 2 1/4 circle punch, and then a scalloped black. That's from the layering circles, but we'll do our stamping first. And I'm just using Memento Black. That's all I'm using tonight. So the first thing we're going to stamp is this, If Loving Thoughts Could Heal. So we'll just get our Memento. And the Memento, if you haven't ever used it, is a stiffer stamps pad, so you can be pretty firm with it. When you're using our regular stamp pads, you don't want to do that because they're softer foam, and you don't need to push down that hard, but with the Memento you can. So I'm just making sure I get lots of good ink on here. All right, and we'll stamp that about in the middle, a little bit above, so we've got room to put our other words. And I forgot to grab a scrap. Let me grab another scrap of Whisper White. And some scissors. Because we're just going to cut this apart, this other piece. So now we've got You'd Be Better Already. So let's stamp that on just a scrap of Whisper White. Let me get that out of the way so I don't get ink on it. Make sure I've got that good and inked up. And we don't have to worry about it really being straight because we're going to cut it apart. All right, that is all the stamping we're doing. That is it. Now the stamp set, the Honeybee stamp set, comes with a bee stamp that you can die cut with one of the dies. But there's also paper. This top sheet of paper has got the bees, and those can also be die cut. So all I did is I just cut a strip of that, and I just die cut one of the bees. So I have a little bee. Isn't it cute? And this one I think I used crushed curry. I'm going to use So Saffron on this one. That's the baker's twine that I'm going to use is So Saffron. So I'm just going to take my So Saffron blend, and I'm just going to color in his body. That's it. Pretty easy. All right. Now we're ready to start putting this together. So I've got a piece of 3 by 4 of some of the Designer Series paper. This is the white with the gold honeycomb on it. And then 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 piece of black. But I cut my circle out of the middle of it because it's going to be layered up and nobody will know. So it's just a good way to conserve paper and get more out of your paper. So I want to be sure when I'm adhering this that I don't put any adhesive in the middle, because there's nothing in the middle on the back on this black. So we'll lay that down. I can get it straight. And let's go ahead and put that on our make sure I stay in the frame. Now I can put some in the middle. We'll put that on our card, just in the middle. And we can layer our white circle on our black circle. Maybe. There we go. And I'm just using my snail for this. All right. And that is going to just go right on here. And all of this so far is flat. There's no dimensionals. And I'm going to put it a little bit to the right because I'm going to put a bow there. All right, so now I've got the sentiment that we just stamped on here, and we're just going to cut it apart. If you hear noise in the background, it's about, my cats eat about 8, and so they are down here antsy to eat, so they're chasing each other. Now one's trying to get food out of the thing, so I apologize if you can hear them. All right, so, excuse me, what I did wrong last time is we want the "you'd." Can you see what I'm doing? Okay. Make sure I'm staying in frame. So we just want this little word "you'd." We don't want the word "be." So that's what I did wrong on the other one. We want "you'd," and then we want "be." We want "better" already, because our little "b" is taking the place of the word "be." So that's what I messed up on the last one. So I'm just doing, you could do this with the little paper cutter that you get if you join Stampin' Up! During Celebration. All right. Now, and see, it fits better. When I was trying to do it, I'm like, man, that doesn't fit very well. So what I did is I took mini dimensionals because I wanted these popped up. So I'll put one, if I can get it picked up, one behind the little "you'd." And the "be," I can probably use a regular size dimensional. He's probably big enough I can do that. And then on the "be better" or "better already," we'll put a couple of mini dimensionals on that. All right, now let's kind of make sure we have it where we want it. There go the cats again. All right, so take off the backing. It's a little tiny piece. "You'd be better already." And this is a great card to send to a friend who's going through a rough time, is sick. Just something to cheer them up a little bit. And who wouldn't be happy to get some little cute bees like this? All right, now the last thing we need to do is get our ribbon. And this is something else from Celebration that you can get free with a $50 order. So it's So Saffron, Bermuda Bay, Baker's Twine, and it's got metallic in it, and then a thing of sequins. So what I'm going to do, I can get this open. All right, we'll take some of this So Saffron. And because it's Baker's Twine, I want to do a double bow. So what I do is I just double it like this. Hopefully you can kind of see. So I double it like that. I don't cut the end yet. And I just tie a bow. Yep, I got plenty. There we go. And then you can kind of adjust it. Whoops, you want to pull them both at the same time though, so that it's the size you want. And then once you have it tied, then I'll cut this end and I'll cut those apart. There we go. And now I have a cute little bow, and I may need to trim those. Looks like I need to trim those ends a little bit more. They're a little out of control. Let's trim those just a little bit more. go. You've got a cute little double bow. You can just put that right there, which I forgot glue dots, so I do have some liquid glue. We'll just put a little dot of liquid glue. Whoops. Not too much, because we don't want it gushing out everywhere. There we go. Set that on there. And there you go. Isn't that cute? I just love these bees. I haven't had a chance really to play with the set yet, but it's going to be a fun one. And one of the dies that comes with this set is like a honeycomb. Let me just show you these real quick. Let's see if you can see. Yeah, isn't that fun? So you can do that. You can cut out the beehive. You can cut out the flowers. And this bee. And this bee. So really every image you can cut out. And then there's a detailed bee. So it's really a fun set. I can't wait to play with it. I just got it earlier this week, so I haven't had a chance to play with it yet. But the set itself, the bundle is like $41.25. So if you just add another $9, then you can get the paper for free. So think of all the gorgeous cards you can make with that set. And then don't forget, during celebration, if you decide you want to join my team, we have a lot of fun, and most of the ladies are just, we call them happy shoppers. They just get their discount, and they get their stamps at a discount, but they don't have classes or anything. You do not have to have classes, but you can get, I was afraid of that. Let me see if I can move this up just a little bit. There we go. So I've kind of showed you before this whole Painted Poppies suite, almost the whole suite. You can get the 2 bundles, the paper, and some ribbon, which this ribbon is on back order right now, but you could find something, or you could still add it to the order. So you could get all of that for $99. Then Stampin' Up! Is going to give you a free stamp set. So I just picked out one of the most expensive ones. So this is Well Said, and it's got a lot of great sentiments in it. So I don't remember, I should have looked up to see how much that was, but that's one of the more expensive ones. They always give you a paper pumpkin. So if you're not familiar with paper pumpkin, it's a box of, and I don't know if this one, yeah, this is an old one, but it has either little treat things or cards, and it's something that you can subscribe to and get a box every month with fun things in it. But then in addition, during celebration, they have this designer series paper, so it's kind of a grouping, and there's smaller images. It's 6 by 6, but it's a grouping of several of the different, let me get that over there where you can see, suites of paper. So the poppies, the lilies, the dressed, that's the tropical, the dress for success, the birthday bonanza, the golf one, and then of course they're 2-sided. So it's a great little set of designer series paper. Let me see how many pieces. So there are 40 sheets in there, 6 by 6, and then this cute little guillotine trimmer, which is really fun. So all of that for $99, free shipping, and then you get to come play at my team meetings and have fun with us. All right, that's it for tonight. Thank you all for joining me, and I will see you next week. Bye.